Kia's uprise in the automotive industry over the last decade has been nothing short of insane. Gone are the days of the stereotypical junky, cheap piece of crap Kias. Hyundai and Kia have gone from a laughingstock to being industry leaders in the automotive world. From class-leading vehicles like the 3-row Kia Telluride and Hyundai Palisade to its highly regarded luxury brand Genesis, this company has undeniably abandoned its former undesirable reputation. The introduction of the third-generation Kia Forte for the 2019 model year was a major shift towards a more refined and upscale-looking compact sedan, further planting Kia's image as a worthy opponent against heavy hitters like Honda and Toyota. But can this Forte LXS beat out those cars to be the best value proposition? That's what we're going to find out today. Let's get into the design. Starting with the grille, this is what Kia calls the Tiger Nose grille, and it's on every one of their vehicles. The brushed silver is a nice touch, and I think more people probably prefer it over shiny chrome. You get halogen low beam and high beam headlights, incandescent turn signals, and you get fog lights, which you don't see too often on newer cars anymore, especially at this price point. Painted black accents on the lower part of the bumper make the car look much more premium than your typical flat black plastic. The side profile of the car is sleek and very rounded and has a clean appearance. The B-pillar area and the trim around the windows are all flat black. I think it would look better with a slight bit of chrome or that flat silver from the grille and areas to be painted black as opposed to the flat black. Here we have a 16-inch alloy wheel and it has a very nice design to it. I think it would look better an inch or two bigger, but this is a lower trim. The tires this is riding on are 205/55/16 Kumho Solus TA31 all-season tires. 205 is a pretty narrow width, and it may contribute to some of the issues with traction that I'll get into during the test drive. Turning to the rear, the lower part of the bumper looks great with more of that painted black finish and the chrome exhaust. Taillights are a clean shape, but some LEDs inside would be nice, only available on higher trims. I have one issue with the rear, and that's the location of the turn signals and the reverse lights at the bottom of the bumper. I've seen this kind of design on several other cars, and I think it presents a safety hazard. For example, if you're right behind this car at a light and they put on a turn signal or lights to back up, there's a good chance that you won't be able to see those lights past the front hood of your own car, and if you're in a higher SUV or truck, then there is zero chance that you're gonna see it. Taking a look under the hood here is a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, putting out 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, and that's paired with a CVT transmission. Fuel economy ratings are combined 33 miles per gallon, that's 29 city and 40 highway, and the capacity of the fuel tank is 14 gallons. On the interior, you get a good uncluttered layout. You get a nice 8-inch screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The climate controls are physical buttons and easy to use, and this car comes with dual zone climate control, which is a big plus. Backup camera has trajectory lines and very clear resolution. The materials are mixed quality. The dash is soft touch and has some nice looking faux stitching. The flat silver trim is a nice touch, but the door panels are all hard plastic except for some padding for your elbows. And the cloth on the seats are decent quality. Storage space is adequate, glove box is a good size, there's a small compartment in the front to put a few small things and a little slot for your phone, and the center console is a good size as well. So now I'm sitting in the back, I'm 6 feet tall, and I have just about a ½ inch of room to spare when I'm sitting behind myself, so it's not the roomiest. Legroom is rated at 35.7 inches, it's very bare bones back here, no pockets, no armrests, no connections. Now let's take it for a drive. All right, let's go over the ride quality. The ride is quite pleasant. The suspension in here feels great. I'd say the overall smoothness of the ride is not quite as good as the Honda Civic, but I think this car's suspension handles the bumps better than the Honda Civic. Now I'm comparing this to the Honda Civic because 1, I drive a Honda Civic, and 2, the Honda Civic is a direct competitor to the Kia Forte. And the Civic is typically top in the class, like the benchmark. Now road noise is a little bit loud in here. I haven't been on the highway in this car, but even just in city driving, it's pretty loud. All right, time to test the acceleration, throwing it into sport. I'm not sure if the microphone picked it up, but there was some tire screeching. The road is a little bit wet, and the car was beeping at me, letting me know the tires were slipping. Roadway isn't that wet, so traction is really not great. So the acceleration from this 147 horsepower engine with the CVT, it's slow like any CVT is, but there's just something about the power delivery during the acceleration. It just feels very balanced and smooth. Like you don't feel a lag of power when you put your foot down. So really nice power delivery from the Kia Forte. Alright, let's talk about that audio. This car has the base 4-speaker system. At low volumes, it sounds great. Great clarity with the bass, mids, trebles, everything. But once you crank it up to a high volume, things get quite distorted. There's like this really heavy compression that kicks in, and it sounds like the car is almost fighting to keep the speakers from rattling. Because in this car, you cannot make it loud enough to get the speakers to rattle. It just gets really compressed and distorted. So for the steering and handling test, we're gonna take it easy because it is raining. So the steering in this car definitely has some heft to it. It's a bit on the heavy side, and I think that's a good thing because it just gives you a sense of a lot more control while you're driving. Can't go full on to test the handling here because I don't want to slip and crash. But based on the acceleration clip with the with that wheel spin on that acceleration with a mildly wet ground, I don't have high hopes for it. So my overall thoughts on the drive test of the Kia Forte: ride is nice, suspension is great, acceleration is not a fan of the audio, but I think it's a great overall package for the price. I think the Kia Forte's most valuable asset is its long list of standard safety features, including forward collision warning and avoidance assist, lane keep assist and departure warning, and driver attention warning. A 2019 Forte LXS with 40,000 miles runs between $15,000 and $17,000, and a brand new 2023 LXS has an MSRP of $21,315, pricing it well below the Honda Civic and the Toyota Corolla. The car has its strengths and weaknesses, but I think the value for the price can't be beat. I want to give a big thank you to my friends Blair and Will for letting me film this review with their Kia Forte. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and tell me your thoughts on the Forte down in the comments, and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to see more reviews just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.